Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Anne Rossley. I'm here with Kyle Harvey. It's Monday Morning Coffee with Kyle and Dan, where we talk about Chicago real estate, the housing market, and we give you the tips and tricks and a sense of humor for making the biggest purchase decision of your life a marvelous thing.
Yes.
Kyle, today we are talking about how to prepare your home to sell.
Yes.
And that is sandwiched between our typical weekly marketing stats information, followed by some real life examples of how to and how not to prepare your home for sale.
Excellent. So let's start with those stats because I have so many people interested in what's going on in the market right now. And they've been reading really interesting reports out of Cranes and out of the New York Times. So we want to see. So here we go.
All right. I'm going to start with general information, then we're going to go to a little neighborhood information. Some of this you saw last week. The median sales price for homes in the Chicago lakefront communities, both condominiums and single-family homes, is $439,000, and that is an all-time high. In terms of number of homes for sale, we don't have enough for sale right now. You can see that as of February, the number has declined precipitously. Homes under contract is down 13% in February versus February of last year. But again, that's due to the lack of inventory, not for lack of trying, certainly. And the number of closed sales in February is up 26%, and that was after a February of 2020 that was really stupendous. So the market is very, very strong. I'd like to talk about, and this is going to lead into a little of, I think, what you were going to show, Kyle, some four neighborhoods that we generally don't talk about a lot. And Forest Glen being up here, and that includes also Sauganash and Wildwood. That's a very strong single-family area. Albany Park, which is just west of Logan Square and north of Irving Park, and is a big up-and-coming area right now.
Yes.
Lincoln Square, which we've talked a lot about North Center recently, but not so much about Lincoln Square. And then West Ridge, where you and I have been pretty active lately. So yes. Let's look at these. I think these are really interesting statistics. So in West Ridge, which is, let's see, month supply. It's the top one.
Yep.
They have a 3.8 month supply. Look at this. Albany Park has virtually nothing. I mean, they're all little. I mean, 3.8 is the high, but, very little supply. In terms of median sales price, Lincoln Square has been pretty steady, although it's on the up. And the median sales price there is $768,000. Forest Glen, $480,000. Albany Park, these are the two that I find so interesting. Both Albany Park and West Ridge have had significant increases in median sales price. 20% up 20% in Albany Park, up 8%, but it's seen a steady good climb.
Yes.
Here, look at the number of homes for sale. And I think this is due in part because these are wonderful areas farther away from city center where people are able to get affordable homes, get away from the condominium, densely populated areas. In Albany Park, there are only 11 homes for sale right now. West Ridge, only 14, actually now 13 since you put one under contract this weekend. Lincoln Square, 18, and Forest Glen, 23. So holy smokes. And this is the total number a month supply of homes for sale in the whole marketplace. And the reason that's not down here like the other neighborhoods is because of the, continued high inventory of the near north and the loop. So that's it. That's stats.
Those are very good stats. And I want to talk a little bit about those neighborhoods. Forest Glen, which is one that I've been touting for a long time, it's hugely convenient. Right off the Eisenhower, excuse me, not the Eisenhower, the Edens, the other E.
Right. Yeah.
It's got good train transportation. It's got high and low expensiveness areas. So, for example, Sauganash is one of the more expensive, whereas Forest Glen is less expensive. It's got space, land. It's got some really cool mid-century modern. It's got cool.
Yes.
It's got a lot of different kinds of properties, and so it's really a terrific neighborhood for convenience sake. It's great if you're commuting to the northern. You want to stay in the city, but you're commuting to the northern suburbs or the western suburbs.
Right.
So it's just got a lot going for it, and so I tell a lot, and you can get so much for your buck. That's another thing. It's really a terrific neighborhood. I've spent some time this weekend in West Ridge, and wow, those things are going so fast. The house that my buyers are under contract on was on the market for, I think, 4 days. We lost out on a property last week that was on had an open house, was on the market for 2 days. But we'll see that it's not just going on the market. You have to be priced right, and you got to be staged right for people to want it. And then they want it. I mean, then you've got multiple offers. So we'll talk about that.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a glorious time to be in real estate. That's for sure. So are you ready to jump in and we'll talk about preparing your home for sale? All right.
Can we pause for just a second?
Sure.
Inventory. So you told a story through those stats about low inventory. And so I was walking with a friend who was telling me, oh my God, why is there such low inventory in Chicago? I think some of it right now is we've been telling the story of how there's only a few houses for sale in all of these different neighborhoods. Potential sellers are thinking, if I sell my home, I have nowhere to go because there's no inventory. So it's sort of self-perpetuating too. So people, let's unstick this stuck market, get the inventory out there, and you'll have a place to go.
Right. And as we've talked about before, there are ways to get around it, like with reverse contingencies, to protect our sellers so that they don't find themselves homeless. So,
okay.
All right. So today we're going to talk about preparing your home for sale. The thing to remember preparing your home for sale is it's possible to do too little. It's possible to do too much, both with time and money. But there is a place that is just right. And we want to encourage you to talk to us, talk about what that just right is, and then do it early enough that you have the time to get it done without the time pressures.
Yes. All righty.
So the first thing to think about, try on some shoes. And what we mean by that is go through your home, walk outside your home as if you're a buyer. Look at your home as if you're wearing buyer's shoes.
Absolutely. And you know why you love your home and why it is your home, but open your eyes to how it looks from the outside. If it's a house, the landscaping. If it's a small condo building, the landscaping, because you can affect that.
Right.
Look at your front door. Does your front door look welcoming and ready for sale?
Absolutely. Are there areas where you need to do paint touch-up outside? Stand away. Is there masonry work that needs to be done? Things such as that. How's the pathway? And, in these veins, Kyle, you and I both know that when we go into some of these smaller condominium buildings, the front door and the entry is dirty, the paint is chipped, whatever. And if you're in a building of only 3 units, you can certainly affect that. But that first impression is critical, and we highly encourage you to get involved in that.
Well, I've got some sellers who did that, and it really made a difference. The front hall was very inviting, and it might not have been had they not taken that effort.
Right. Absolutely right.
So that's from the exterior. Also go through your house, walk through your house, and imagine somebody coming in for the first time, and what you want. So we've all gone to people's houses where you've gone into the house, and you're visiting them, and they sort of explain certain things, like I have a toddler, or I've been working from home, or whatever. Try to explain why things don't seem as you would expect them to see when you go visit somebody, you're going to a party or something, or you're visiting for some reason. And notice that about your house. What are the things that if you would feel the need to explain to somebody or justify or try and get an excuse for?
Right.
And pay attention to that, and then solve that, because you can't explain it to a buyer. They're going to look at that and go,
Think about it this way. Not so much now because we're experiencing warmer weather, but think of the buyers coming in with coats on, with boots on. If they don't have a place that feels welcoming to take off their boots and their coat, that's going to be an issue from the moment they walk in the door, right? So make that entry welcoming. All right.
But it's the whole house. I mean, it's the whole place.
Yeah.
We're saying to walk through your entire space as a stranger would.
Exactly. Right. Okay. Declutter.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So here's the deal. If you walked into 10 homes today unannounced without your friend preparing for you to walk in, everybody has a certain amount of clutter that they live with. That's normal. None of us expect you to live day to day in a pristine home where absolutely everything is in its place at every moment. And so, Kyle, I know that every time I go, and I'm sure it is with you, every time I go to a listing appointment, the seller's apologizing to me. It's okay. We get it. We know that when we come to the listing appointment, your home's not going to be pristine, ready to go on the market. That's why we're there. So please don't feel bad. But we do need to get it pristine.
Well, and when we get to the two examples that we're going to have later, it makes a huge difference. So I've got some potential sellers now who are, we talked about if they did prepare the home to be sort of what I would call the A declutter, A level decluttering versus B versus C, the difference you could expect in price, and it's significant. And I used examples of properties that went for X because they looked fantastic, and that went for Y and Z because they didn't. And the answer is, then you've got to decide: do you want the money? Do you want it sold quickly, or do you want to just not bother with getting it ready? And everyone says, I think it's going to be clean enough. It'll be fine. People will be able to see it. No, they won't. Okay.
Think of it this way. You're planning to sell, you're planning to move. It's a great time to just start packing away things anyway. Those things that you don't need on a day-to-day basis, those things that you were going to get rid of anyway, let's get rid of them. And I don't mean put them in the cabinet or put them in the closet because your buyers are going to be looking there. Don't shove it all in the garage. They're going to be looking there as well. So you might as well pack it up, go through it, get it organized, and get it going.
Or donate. I mean, there's some things that you're holding on to because at some point you're going to go through it and get rid of it. Do that work now. It's going to be one, enormously satisfying to finally get rid of things. Once you get started in this process, it's hugely satisfying. But two, you don't want to pay to move it. And it will distract, it will limit the ability of your property to sell.
Absolutely right.
Okay.
De-smell.
Yeah. And that does not mean add new smells.
Yes. That's exactly right. The best thing you can do is, I don't know what connection request I'm getting. Apologies. It doesn't mean cover it up. You're right. Find the source of the odor. Is it a pet smell? Is it a teenager smell? Is it, I don't know. But we talked about this in an earlier show. We're not looking for the home-baked cookie smell. We're looking for a neutral smell.
Yes.
More and more people are going for essential oil kind of smells, very clean and neutral. Some of these artificial smells can be just as off-putting as.
So what do you recommend? For example, I recommend to my sellers to open the windows for 15 minutes to air it out, one.
Mm-hmm.
Two, to empty every single garbage can.
Absolutely right.
3, run the dishwasher and maybe run the washing machine, washer dryer.
Right.
Get that, all the smells that have sort of settled in, get them out. What else do you?
Right. Well, I will tell my people, I love the Fresh Wave product, and I don't get any kind of, I don't even invest in it. But Fresh Wave is really good at pulling the odors out, especially if they're, in the shoe closet or wherever.
Yes.
The other thing I would say is don't use strong cleaners like bleach. I've had people come into a home where the bathroom was just cleaned by the seller, but he used bleach and they immediately thought something was wrong. So
felt like a crime scene.
Yeah, right. But anyway, that would be my and the other thing is clean. When it's clean, you're not going to have the smells. And Kyle, there are lots of places people forget to clean. Ceiling fans. Oh, it's so disgusting to see ceiling fans with the dust on them. Air vents. Everybody forgets to do air vents. Vacuum out the cold air return, vacuum out the vents. And I'm not saying pay the guy to come in and clean your vents. I'm just saying, the cover.
There's an attachment to your vacuum. Yeah.
Right. And then, of course, your windows. Make sure your windows are clean, and the oven and the refrigerator need to be clean as well.
Since I don't use my oven, it's ready. But
I love it.
All righty, next.
Don't take it personally. And by this, we mean get rid of the personal items in your home.
All of it.
Those heads that somebody stuffed and put on your wall. Let's take those down.
No taxidermy whatsoever. None.
Right. Yeah, taxidermy doesn't work. But, here's the thing, too. You want your buyer to feel like they can move into the home. Anything that you have that catches their eye, and, everybody's heard remove pictures of you. That's number one. But we mean more than that. We mean religious icons. They're personal to you, but that's going to distract. Who knows who's coming in your house and their religious preference. So we don't want to distract that way. If you have really a fun collection of something, put it away. It's just going to distract. Any other items you can think of, Kyle?
Well, you talked about it. Sometimes it's sports.
Trophies, yeah.
Or whatever it is, make, as much as possible, make it look like a hotel room. And I don't mean that. Ideally, this will be 3 weeks tops of selling. Right. And the minute that it's under contract, you can put that stuff back up. But right. You want to sell and you want to make it appealing to as many people as possible. So just do the work. Put up with it for X amount of time. It will inure to your benefit.
Absolutely. The light bulb moment. And
I say it all the time and no one listens to me. Go ahead.
But it's important. Light bulbs and how you light your home is critical to selling it. Yeah. First of all, you want to have enough lighting. Secondly, you have to have the right lighting. And thirdly, you need to have matching lighting.
Well, yeah, and I say to every single person, change the bulbs in your house, just so that you are all those things that you just said. And they say, oh, yeah, 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 I'll do it. And then I come in and I turn it on for the first showing, and there are like 6 bulbs that are out. I'm like, really?
Right. Well, and that's it. You know, the other thing too is have extra light bulbs ready, because we can, you know, if it's close, we can change them, but we can't go searching for them.
Or because I don't know what bulb it is. You know, I mean, I can't go running
Right.
around buying bulbs because I don't know what's. So anyway, do it.
No, exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. But one thing we see a lot is where you'll have can lighting, like in this photograph here. And some will be 70 watt, some will be, you know, 40 watt, some will be, you know, cool, some will be warm, and it, oh boy. So you know what we mean. I can move on.
Yeah.
All right. Fix it or forget it. Which should I do?
It depends. If your home is almost pristine, or it's sort of in move-in condition, fix it. If your home
Certainly little repairs, right?
Yes. Repair things that are broken.
Right.
But if your home is one that's going to be remodeled by the next person, save the money.
Right.
Because you're going to expect that money out and you're not going to get it. Go ahead.
Exactly right. I want to show a couple of things to you. The first thing I want to say is they do a survey every year, the home remodelers, where they look at, I'm looking for it on my screen here. Here we go. They look at what the return on investment is. Okay. Now, some of this won't relate to the condominium owners. Stone veneer, I guess, is the hot thing right now. But it only returns 96%. And so what we want our viewers to know is many big improvements are not going to give you the return on investment. Let's go down.
Let's go back, though, to that stone veneer.
Yeah.
If that's hot right now and it makes your house stand out against the competition, losing only 4% may mean that you sell your house faster. So I'm just saying that may be a good investment. Go ahead.
In terms of inside, the number one thing you can do inside your home is the minor kitchen remodel here. And they're estimating that a minor kitchen remodel may be $24,000, but you'll get $16,000. So you'll get 70% return. And certainly that will help you sell your home faster. And yeah.
If the home is otherwise move-inable. So all of this has to do with the balance. If the next person's going to gut it, don't do any of this.
Exactly right. And that, yeah. Here's a bath remodel, mid-range, 21,000. That seems high to me, but okay. For mid-range.
Labor.
Yeah. 64%. I guess the main thing that I would like to get across here is don't think that you can price your home in terms of cost of purchase plus expenses that I put into it. Therefore, I should, that sum is what I should list it for, because that's not the case. In fact, if you think you're going to move in 3 to 5 years, you might want to do something now, live in it and enjoy it, and then put it on the market.
Absolutely, because at least you get to enjoy it. Yeah, absolutely.
I would say paint, other than cleaning, paint is the best investment you can make. Would you agree?
Especially when it's red. No, I love a red room. I love a red room, but a buyer doesn't. A buyer wants to make a room red, may want to make a room red, but they don't want your red. Exactly right.
I want to talk about a couple of key items here. American Home Shield Home Warranty is something we offer through Baird and Warner at a discounted price. And if you offer that, especially if you have an older home, that can help take care of some of this too. Let's say your furnace is older. It might be $7,500 or so to put a new furnace in. Instead, you've spent $460 for a warranty for your buyer. It helps make them feel better, and you don't have to necessarily pay for that installation.
Right.
Okay. Baird and Warner offers something called Curbio. And I did this recently on one of my listings with the seller. And what it gives you a chance to do, well, they say when you work with Curbio, it's faster renovation time, fewer days on market, and it's an increase. The average is $50,000 increase in sales. What Curbio is this. They come in, they look at your home, they do a whole 3D tour of your home, and they can instantly tell you what they would recommend to do to get your home in showing condition and to sell at a higher price. You do not pay at the time of the renovation. You pay at closing. So that's the benefit number one. The second benefit is they have experts and they're the general contractors. So they'll bring in the tile guy, they'll bring in the painter, they'll bring in the floor refinisher. They will paint your cabinets and give you suggestions on colors that buyers are looking for today. So you don't have to be the home renovation expert, nor do you have to interview 5 contractors and, try to coordinate. They do all of that for you. And as I mentioned, you don't pay for it until you sell.
But isn't there also, which is something to also consider, you don't actually get to decide on the finishes. They choose the finishes based on their research. Isn't that right?
No, they let you choose.
Among the range, though.
Right. They're not going to let you paint a purple wall. Exactly.
That's what I wanted to make sure.
Right. Yeah. They're not going to let you paint a purple wall. But in the case of my sellers, they redid the countertop, they painted the kitchen, they refinished the floors, boomity boom, and it was terrific. Okay, so on average, their renovation yielded 209% return on investment. So just to let you know about that, we'll talk about that if that's appropriate for you.
Okay.
Okay. Curb appeal.
Yeah.
We talked about this.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't talk about pets, though. You want to talk about pets, Kyle?
Well, pets are tricky. As somebody who has pets, they bring with them creatures that need to be moved. Dogs have to be taken out for the showings. I also like to get rid of the dog paraphernalia for the showings.
Yes.
Not everybody likes a dog.
Very good point.
I have cats, and not everyone likes to be and a lot of people are allergic to cat dander. So it's really tricky. But the key is to make it seem as though there isn't a pet in this house.
I know that sounds, people do love dogs, but they don't want to be overwhelmed by your dog. And you're exactly right. I even had sellers that had a rabbit, and the rabbit cage took up half of the living room. I kid you not. But what we did was we worked really hard to have a very big first weekend. They took the rabbit with them to Michigan, and we sold the house that weekend, and that's how we got around it. But you know what? We love your pets. Don't get me wrong. In fact, I named my keys based on your pets. But we'll work it out.
Yes, but it's tricky. Okay.
Okay. So where to win? What did I mean by where to win? Let me look this up. You know what I meant by where to win?
No, but I'm going to figure that out.
Finding your next home.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously, and you mentioned this earlier with people wanting to sell,
they get worried.
Get pre-approved before you put your home on the market for your next home. So you have a plan, especially in the market we're in now. It's going to sell quickly. So have a plan for where you're going to go and what you're going to do.
I have clients who say, I'm not going to even start looking until my house is under contract.
Oh,
that's too late.
Too late.
We got lucky that we found a place. It was perilous. So I'm just telling you, start looking now. because if you sell fast, it's going to be tricky.
Yeah.
And people, yes, there are so many buyers out there. Having a home sale contingency makes you not stand out necessarily.
Right.
But you can't. You got to juggle it in a way, and we can help you decide whether this is the time to make an offer on this one or what we can do, and blah blah blah. We'll help you, but you cannot start from zero.
Right.
After contract. Okay, one last quick thing, just so we did some case studies, just really quickly to show. And so I share screen. I have been, I don't want to share screen, I want to share application window. There we go. Out and about looking at properties in and around West Ridge. And so I decided to take a look at which is a very hot market. So it's a hot market, don't screw up. There are properties that are selling within that first weekend, and there are properties that are sitting. So, for example, so this is the area where I took a look, really hot market. 33 properties are for sale right now, but 39 are under contract. That means that they've gone under contract in the last 45 days. Right. And are on their way to closing. Some went under contract yesterday, but others have gone under contract a little bit longer and are not yet. So none of these are pending. These are just contingent. Right. What makes the difference between things that are selling? So I've got an example. I'm not giving addresses because this is not about shaming. This is technically a cute little house in Rogers Park. It's on a busy street. But it has off-street parking. That's a parking. Do you see where my little cursor is going back and forth?
Yes.
That's a parking pad. But take a look at this front. So it was, first of all, it was priced. It started I think it started in the sixes, and it's now on the market for $465. So when you price it badly, no one's going to buy it.
Right.
Secondly, they took pictures at a crummy time of year. They didn't rake the leaves. They've left some garbage out front. They've got toys. They got stuff. It looks like this house is not for sale. This looks like just somebody's house, and then they don't have tremendous pride in ownership. Okay, so this is the living room, and it's actually a big living room. It's 24 by 12. I mean, it's slender.
Oh, that's a good size. Sure.
It's a good size living room. Look how jammed it is with enormous furniture and stuff. Edit this. This could be charming with a settee and 2 armchairs and a coffee table. Edit down the accessories. These walls are peach. Too much color. Too much everything.
So you said this home is still on the market today.
Yep.
Wow. They need us.
They need us. This is the dining room. Okay, they've got it, and it's probably the same length. Do you need all 8 chairs there? No. Do you need the high chair in the photograph?
No.
The dangling, I don't know what that is. It maybe to amuse the child while the child eats. It's some sort of there's
the macrame or whatever over there. Yeah.
Jesus statue and a clock and a who and a ha. I mean, my God. And not only that, I think I just noticed there are price tags on those chairs. They may be trying to sell the chairs with them. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Holy camole. Okay.
Pro of this bedroom. It's large and it's clean.
Yeah.
Con. Holy God, too much going on.
Too much.
Okay, particular style. It's just over. Somebody loves, I don't know if that's Deco or Nouveau, whatever it is, too much. I mean, first of all, the King Tut throw rug on the floor. I mean, it's okay. Now, so I'm not judging the style choices here, but look at this bureau. Couldn't you have put the coffee mug and the breakfast bowl in the kitchen, in the dishwasher. I mean, you take a picture and it looks like this.
Yeah. Well, and you know what too, Kyle? Just like every room needs a purpose and one purpose only. You need to go with one style and one style only. Like the furniture, the drapes and everything are the dark. Then go with cream. Don't go with the multicolored tie-dye and then the brown rug, you know?
The whole thing.
Simplify.
Simplify, but clean up, people. Okay. This backyard. So what's really charming about this property is it has a huge, look at this backyard. It's a big,
enormous yard. Yeah.
And it looks like a wreck. What is what's excuse me, Frosty the Snowman, the plastic Frosty doing there? I mean, my God. So here's an example of who got it right. This went under contract 4 days after going on the market. It's in a hot neighborhood, West Rogers Park. It's big. It's bungalow-ish. It's got a garage and it's prepped to sell. Now,
Cute.
Okay, some of the drawbacks. It needs work. Yeah. And they're amateur picks. And this one under contract, it's we won't know the sale price, but at $499. Okay. Look at how they've edited it down.
So those aren't new chairs.
No,
those are still older leather chairs. That's fine.
Yes, but notice there's nothing. So that this is probably deeply edited.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying you can't have stuff. I'm saying get rid of all the extra. So listen, This is not a fancy, this is a kitchen that's going to need to be redone. This is a dining room that, notice that there are 6 chairs, not 8 chairs. There's red, my God, the red paint. But when you clear it out, people can see the opportunity and they can see the challenges and then they can make a decision. That's what we're saying.
Those were great examples. Love them. Yeah. So, and even that, the one thing that I thought was interesting about that one was it had color.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, they worked with it in a nice way and kept it simple.
But they showed you what they had. They didn't show you 800 colors. Yes, these people love red. But it's fixable and you can make your judgment.
Absolutely right.
The key is to have buyers be able to make their judgment. So as we get ready to say goodbye today, if you've got questions about your particular home or how you need to, challenges that you've encountered in prepping a home for sale, send us a text, send us a chat, send us a message, however, and we'll address it on our next call.
That sounds great. Thank you so much, Kyle. Good to see everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.